Hi guys, welcome to my couch. So because I'm totally sick of studying right now because I am studying for a midterm that I have on Wednesday, I decided to make a video because I was brainstorming some things about my hospital visits, so I thought I would make a video about that since I said I was going to do that. And since I felt like making a video, I was like, why not just do it right now? Even though I haven't taken a shower today. Okay. Anyways, so alright, so before I even got into the compound, is what they call it, I was going really crazy because I didn't know what was going on in my brain. And so I was acting super crazy, and like they brought me into the little room where I guess they're deciding where to put you or something, and so I was just like going crazy. Like I think I ran into one of the restrooms, and I thought that because I was wearing okay, when I went to the hospital, I was wearing a plaid skirt and a red dress. I don't remember what else, but I was wearing like a plaid skirt with a red dress on top of it. And so I went to the bathroom, and I thought that my clothes were gonna burn into my skin, and so I was ripping them off, and I thought that I had to flush them down the toilet, but and I the red dress, I ripped a part of it off, and then I thought it was poisoned or something, and I put it in the sink, and I tried to rinse it off in the sink. Okay. And alright, so, and they were knocking, telling me to come out of the bathroom. And I was like, how do I get out? How do I get out? I was like, I can't go through the toilet. Anyway, so eventually I went out, and there was a water cooler. Did I say this already? There was a water cooler, and I spilt water over my head. And then there was water all over the floor, and then I tried to sit on this counter, and I couldn't sit still, and they had to get my weight, and anyway, so eventually I went in, and this is really hard to remember, the first part. Anyway, I'm going to take a breath and we'll come right back. Alright. Okay, hi, I'm back. Sorry, that first part was probably really hard to follow. I am not very eloquent or good at explaining myself, probably because I don't talk very much. Anyways, alright, so I'm going to look at my notes that I took to try and jog my memory of stuff. So basically, when I was in the hospital, I was super paranoid. I didn't know what these people were trying to do to me, but I guess, for example, I thought, okay, the weirdest thing that I thought was that I had died. I thought I had died, and this was the first thing that happens to you after you die. You find out where they're gonna put you, and then they find you a room, And there's all these staff members who were like nurses, and I was like, okay, so this is what happens after you die. So yeah. But I also just thought that I like had to get out of there because I couldn't breathe. Like, I started to get like super claustrophobic or something like that. Or they kept telling me I wasn't. They're like, you're not claustrophobic. And so I was like pacing around the room, like frantically trying to get out of the doors and the windows and stuff. And remember, there are like other people in there too. I was in there with like a lot of other inpatients. So, you know, if they saw me, they would have been like, she deserves to be in here. But yeah, I can remember pacing around the room like very quickly because I thought that I had to. I remember I was going manic at this point, so I couldn't stop doing stuff. So I was like pacing around the room extremely fast, like walk, like running basically, but walking. And I was trying to get out of the doors, just telling them that I had to get out. I needed fresh air because there were no like open windows or anything. So I felt suffocated. And that was like a major thing I was going through, was I felt like I was suffocating, and I had to like get my clothes off and get out into the air. And anyways, so all right, where was I on my list? So I was super paranoid. I didn't know what these people were trying to do to me, and I thought one of the staff members was trying to like inject me with something. Like every time she got near me, I'd be like really scared because I thought she was trying to like inject me with something or cut me, or I thought she was like trying to inject me with something that would make me pass out or kill me. Yes, I thought that her injection was like she was trying to kill me, like with like a lethal injection or something. And I don't remember if this was the first time I went to the hospital. Like right now I'm talking about the second time I went to the hospital. But I think this was the second time. She was like, yeah, this was before I actually went into the room I was going to stay in, or the building or something. She was like, sit down in the chair. You don't want me to put you in a different chair or something. And I thought she meant the electric chair. Like they were going to try and kill me. And so anyway, I was like, you get to do like little activities in there, like drawing and watching TV and drawing and reading stuff. So there was like a table with some crayons. You couldn't have pins because you might cut yourself. You had to take your belt off. You couldn't have belts or shoestrings because somehow people fashion ways to kill themselves. Like you couldn't have razors. So yeah. So stupid. But so there were crayons and like these sheets of paper with like crossword puzzles and things you can color and stuff. And there was this one like thing that you were like supposed to color, you know, like you're a 5-year-old or something. But I was just like was going on I was like coloring on it with the crayons, like making this crazy design on it. And like while I was doing that, like I was totally focused on this drawing that I was doing. And one of the staff members, she like came and sat across from me, and she was like, man, you are angry. I don't know what you're angry about, but you're angry. And I just looked up at her like, what? Like, what? I don't know. I was just so out of it and in my own little world. And like after I like made all these different drawings and like wrote stuff on the drawings, like I was like writing notes to myself, like 8:30 p.m. They're trying to kill me. I don't know. I honestly don't remember anything that I wrote, but probably paranoid things, and I don't know. But anyway, and then I took the papers and I like arranged them on the floor, and I was like looking at them like what does it mean? These papers are arranged on the floor and they like mean something, and I have to walk in a certain way to lead me out of the dream that I was in. Like I thought I was stuck in some dream or something. And yeah. So it's so hard to explain. Like I can tell you like what I was doing and like tiny bits of what I was thinking, but for one thing I can't remember because it was like a year and a half ago, and for another thing they were just so out there that I probably couldn't even fathom what they were right now. Maybe some of you know what I mean from like drug use and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, and like one of the staff members, she was like, yeah, it's good to get in here while you're young, while your brain is fresh. And I was like, what? She cares that my brain is fresh? They're trying to eat my brain. Oh, and oh yeah, and I was having auditory hallucinations. So I totally forgot about these. I was having them before I went to the hospital too, but while I was in the hospital, I was having auditory hallucinations about people eating my brains and wanting to harvest my organs. They wanted to harvest my organs and sell them on the black market. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I can't remember everything, so I'm trying to like think at the same time that I'm trying to explain them. And I'm not very good at speaking, so my voice is like going out. Anyways. Okay. Another thing I did was like, when I was in my room, I like, there was like this glass window, and I like got up on the wall and like stood up in the window like looking out, like my whole body was like against the window, and I like wanted someone to see me and help me. Like I wanted someone outside to like see me and come rescue me, because I thought that very bad things were happening to me that aren't really happening. So what else? Okay, alright. Oh, and I was really paranoid that like any bump or bruise on me was like cancer or something. Like I have a mole on my arm, and I like would go up to the staff being like, oh, did you check out my mole? I think I have cancer. And she was like, no, we've done the mole test. And I was like, the mole test? The staff were mean, okay? They would like fuck with you. Like if you said anything crazy, they would like fuck with you and make fun of you and laugh at you. It was like not cool. Like I don't think you have to have much education to be like a staff member at one of those hospitals. And so they were just mean, and like when you were acting crazy, they would make fun of you and laugh at you, which is not cool. I mean, that's very insensitive. And they would like mess with you too. Like if you thought something weird, they would like make you worse. Anyway, so alright. And so yeah, skip to where they started making me take the pills. So the first night, it was like you had to swallow the pills and then lift up your tongue and show them that you swallowed it. So yeah. So then I started to be stabilized. And I was able to leave the room and go eat food with everyone else. and do like activities, do like little group activities. And it was like all the girls stayed in one thing and all the boys stayed in the other thing. But then when we went to do the group activities, like we got to like hang out together. And there's this one guy who like we became like best friends while we were there. And I think he was like 20 or 21 and I was 24. But he told me that I looked 19, so I was like, okay. But yeah, he was really cool, and it was so nice, like, having a friend there. And he was so funny, like, okay, his problem, he was obviously bipolar too, because they put everyone together. But he, like, had a really big God complex, and also he, like, had some defiance of authority too, and, like, delusions of grandeur, I'm pretty sure, but he had, like, a God complex, and, anyway. But, this was when we were pretty stable, so we weren't, like, really crazy at this point. But, yeah, so... Anyway. I guess that's enough for now. Yeah. That's, like, totally overwhelming. But, there's much more for me to say about this. Like, there was this one woman who would not stop talking. Like, she just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about crazy shit. So, it was really interesting, like, being around other people who were also going through the same thing I was. And she talked about how they were building an invisible highway with nuclear energy, and I don't know. Like, maybe the stuff she was saying was real and I didn't understand, or maybe she was saying really weird things. But it was really interesting listening to her. You couldn't really talk to her, but you could just listen to what she was saying. Okay, anyway, I might talk about this more later, because it's like, really interesting. But, okay. Alright. Okay, anyways. I'm done for right now, because I can't think of anything else, and I think I've said a lot. So, anyway, talk to you guys later, and, oh, I have a therapy appointment tomorrow, so I'll probably give you an update on what happened with that. Should be good. So, subscribe if you want to stay updated, and like the video if you watched the whole thing, so I know, like, if anyone actually watched the whole thing, which they probably didn't. But anyway, okay, bye!